This is the state of my home, and I am on a major decluttering and organisation mission from today onwards. And I thought that I'd take you on a bit of a journey through my house and explain and share with you all of this and all of the rest of the hidden clutter that is out there. So let's go take a look, and I'll talk to you more about this space as we're looking through the house. And if you're new here, I'm Kylie, a 50-something girl who is opening the next book in my life and exploring all of the chapters within it. And top of the list, one of the most important chapters that I need to get through is this house. Okay, so firstly, I'm going to start all the way down the end. This here is one of my son's bedrooms. Looks pretty empty, as you can see. He has moved out of his room. We have had a lot of changes here in the house in the last couple of years, and one of them has been that the kids have all grown up and we're no longer homeschooling, and so our office homeschooling space has been emptied out, with a lot of that being dumped into that front room I was just in. And so my son was able to move out of this smaller room and take up that old bigger space for him. And so I have spent a lot of time in this room decluttering, cleaning, before I decided to pick up the camera and share all this with you. I still need to actually clean the space, but most of the decluttering has been done, except that cupboard. Let's have a little look at what is inside. Most of everything up the top there is his, that he needs to at some point go through. But down here is just boxes of stuff. Boxes of stuff that Mummy dear is really struggling to part with. Most of it is kid memorabilia, homeschooling stuff, all those sorts of things. And I struggle to part with that. I need to sort through it and scan what I want to scan or take photographs of what I want to keep, sort through it before I can let it go. And I will be honest, I do struggle with parting with memorabilia. So that is what I need to do here in this room. This space, oh my goodness. Yes, I'm showing this on the internet. So this space is my daughter's old bedroom. A couple of years ago, her partner moved in, and clearly there's no way two people can live in this space. I think it's 3.5 by 3.5 meters. So it's just a standard small bedroom. And we converted our garage, and those two are cohabiting out there with a much bigger space. So this became a bit of a spare room. It was a dumping room ground for a while, and they are starting their own, oopsie, ow, that was my toe. They are starting their own small home-based business, a little side hustle for them that they're getting off the ground. And so they want to turn this space into their headquarters. But once again, I have a cupboard jammed full of stuff. You can see in there box after box after box that needs sorting. So that is room number 2, full of hidden mess that I need to get myself sorted with. So how did this even happen, I hear you ask? We've been living in this house for well over 20 years now. I have been a stay-at-home mum and I have homeschooled my kids. So I have been here at home 80% of the time. You would think that I would have had this house organised, and as you can see so far, it's just not the case. I do enjoy my stuff. As I said, I do struggle to let go of things that touch me in the heart, my memorabilia and those sort of things. I have always struggled with that. I do struggle with letting go of things because, you know, I might need that one day. And that is how it has happened. I just have too much stuff. And because I have too much stuff, I've moved beyond a place of being able to have systems where everything has a home. And until I can get to that place, I'm just drowning in stuff. And so I know that number one, I need to clear out all of the stuff. And then I can start organizing what I've decided to keep and create myself some systems. Now that's it in a nutshell. I guess one of the reasons why it did occur, apart from the emotional attachments, is I wholeheartedly threw myself into homeschooling my kids. I did talk about that in a video that I shared. I'll try and remember to link that down below. But it became my life, not just my kids, but the homeschooling community. I was very active in that community. I created, experiences, workshops, classes, camps, all manner of things for the homeschooling community. And it became my full-time job. And the house just wasn't that important to me. And so whilst I maintain the cleanliness, it is hard in those spaces when they're so cluttered to obviously keep them clean. And so that is why I'm here, why I am, in a way, honestly, reluctantly sharing this, but I feel that sharing this online is just going to keep me more accountable and exposing myself this way, where I hope, in a weird sense, it's kind of shaming me into, I have to come back and show you. I have to come back and prove to you that I did this. Now, it's going to take me a long time. I already know that. I'm still very busy. I know that I'm not going to get this done overnight, but I will tackle, and I have already tackled some areas. Let's have a look at the rest of the house. Do you remember my pantry stockpile video where I moved my original pantry stockpile from this hallway cupboard to the other one? That's still been successful, but this cupboard has not. So it has become this. Oh my goodness. Yes, this is our linen, shoved in because it just doesn't really fit. I've got kids stuff that they need to go through and sort. I've got dioramas of the kids that I just don't want to get rid of, and craft things they've made. Up there is family photos and scrapbooking stuff. So there's a lot. There's a lot just in this one space that needs to be sorted, purged, gone through, and all found homes for. This space here is our third toilet, our powder room. It's not too bad, but even in the cupboard, under the sink here, everything is just thrown in there. I don't know what is in here, whether things are empty, need throwing away. I just don't know. So this needs a clean up, and that would be a quick, simple, easy job. Have a look in the kitchen. This is my under sink storage area. Again, it's just a mishmash of things because I don't have room anywhere else for water bottles. And in fact, those water bottles don't even get used. So I just don't know why I continue to keep them, but I do. So that needs a good sort through, and that will be coming in a video sometime soon. However, the biggest area of concern for me in the kitchen is my pantry. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, this pantry has been the bane of my existence since we moved into this house 20 odd years ago. I've never been able to keep a system and make it work. Is that me? Is that the systems? Is that the pantry? I think it's a bit of everything. I've tried the lazy Susans. As you can see, there's a few in here at the moment. I've tried just these sort of storage containers. I've tried keeping everything in actual clear containers. Nothing has ever really stuck. And I guess it's because I haven't made them stick. When life gets busy, you just get a packet of something and stick it in the pantry rather than actually decanting it into a container. And then it just gets all messy. So the pantry needs something. It needs something. So this is where I'm going to call on you. If you have had a pantry system that hasn't worked very well for you, but you have managed to be able to rein it in and get a system happening that works, please let me know. This is the one area that I really need the most help with, and so I'm open to any suggestions whatsoever. There are several reasons why tackling this home is really important to me right now, and they are obviously, I like my home. I am here a lot of the time, but cluttered houses, cluttered minds. And I know that. I love nothing more than decluttering, organising, cleaning a space, and the sense of pride, relief and satisfaction that comes along with that. I think you can probably relate with me on that one. I don't think that I'm alone. My husband and I want to start traveling when we can. Therefore, we're going to probably have house sitters in the home. And oh my goodness, I'm in fear of that. I couldn't bring a house sitter here into this house with the way that it is. What about if I died tomorrow? Like, honestly, I know that's a morbid thing to say, but my kids and my husband would be left to sort through everything that I have neglected over the years. So that one is a really big motivator for me. And quite frankly, I just want to start enjoying my house and living in a well-presented home. And now that I don't have, little kids and my life is not full and busy with them, although it's full and busy with other things, I am finding that I do have more time to be able to tackle what is here in the home. All right, let's keep going with the house tour. Right, we're in the laundry, standing in front of what is now the appliance cupboard. I have already shared the decluttering of this on the channel. I shared that before I decided to just give you a glimpse behind the scenes of everything here. Also here in the laundry is the medicine space, and I have worked on that decluttering because it was in a serious shambles and really needed some help. This is the state under my laundry sink. I know. Yep, that's the state under my sink. Again, this has been an area where no matter what system I've put in here, it's never worked. I'm thinking now what I'm going to do once I clean it out is have 2 baskets that are removable and cleaning baskets that I can take with me around the house. Open to suggestions. If you've got anything that's worked for you, please let me know. Next to my medicine cabinet, I have these cabinet full of shelves. You can see at one point, this was quite organised. The labels have now fallen off, and again, nothing is where it should be. So it just needs a makeover, complete clean out, and just start fresh. And so even as I'm walking around the house now sharing all of this with you, I'm realising that I have attempted many times over the years of decluttering and putting systems in place, but I haven't maintained the systems. And, I can use any excuse under the sun, and I won't deny I've been an incredibly busy parent. And so there just have been times where I just haven't been able to focus on maintaining systems. There are only so many things in our life that we can focus on and do well. And we all know that at times certain areas of our lives get pushed by the wayside because we just don't have the capacity in us. And I think that has been me with the house. The house has been clean enough and tidy enough where we've survived, but we haven't thrived here in this home. So now that I have more mental space and space in my actual physical space, I hope that by putting in this work and setting systems in place, I can also spend the time maintaining them. But I can see that this is going to be a long, ongoing series of purging, decluttering, organising, and then creating systems for myself, which I'll be honest, when it comes to the house, I've never done. I've never had shopping systems, cleaning systems, organising systems, nothing in place. So that's going to be a big one, considering here I am in my 50s and I've not done that. Really exposing myself today, aren't I? But we're not finished. let's keep going. Okay, we are in my ensuite, my husband and myself's bathroom. It's not too bad, but again, it needs a good clean out. So we have these overhead cupboards. They're not that bad, but they do just need some emptying. Then I have this is my bathroom bench. This is what always happens because I don't, again, have systems. Underneath the sink, I really like to have a backup, an extra supply of stock. I don't want to run out of things, and I think that's become really apparent. My stockpile pantry, looking through the house at all the extra bits and pieces I have that I probably don't need. I think I need to start taming that. So yes, this is under the sink. Then we have these 3 drawers. Top drawer. I claimed this drawer for my daily use. Of course, I don't put all these things on my skin every single day, but this is my daily use drawer. What on earth? Like, what was I thinking? But next drawer, this is mostly my husband's stuff. I have no words. And then finally, my makeup drawer. Honestly, I'm kind of speechless at those drawers, and I'm still in shock that I'm showing you all of this. Okay, let's carry on. Over here, this is my dressing table. Yes, this is what the top of my dressing table looks like. And then in another shameful show and tell, this is my excess supply of cosmetics. Some of this is perfumes and house smelly things. And look, a lot of this have been gifts, but a lot of things I have purchased when I've seen them on sale. So another room I need to tackle. I have filmed and decluttered the process of emptying my wardrobe, and that video will be coming out very soon. I just love looking at my closet space right now because it is so clean and fresh. I still want to dress it over and make it up a little bit, but it's empty and it's clean and it's fresh. And I donated, I think it was 6 large garbage bags of clothes. So make sure you watch that video so that you can join me in the joy and elation of feeling freer and lighter after getting rid of all of that clothing. Here in the corner of the room is the last of the clothing that I need to find homes for. And then we have my top shelf. So this is the area that I still haven't gotten to. And again, I'm the whole memorabilia thing, collectibles that we did with my kids, activity cards. Why am I keeping these things? Fake plant cleaner, my childhood Cabbage Patch doll that I just can't part with. And so that is the state of my home. Now that my younger son's room right down the end is basically empty, apart from that cupboard, it needs a good clean. Then I'm going to move my husband out of here in this space where he has been down into that room, which will free up me to be able to start tackling this particular room whilst I tackle the rest of the house. This is going to become one major series here on my channel. Please join me. I truly want to hear all of your suggestions and ideas. If you've been through something like this where it's been a major decluttering process, please let me know your tips. And I will just continue to share as I tackle all of the spaces here in the home. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one real soon.